fourth dimension.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Total Mind Fitness. We're talking about triumph over lockdown. And we're talking, it's been going on a long time, this pandemic. It can be very difficult for some. Most people are having some sort of struggle going through this year. And the idea of this show on a daily basis from Monday to Thursday is to basically offer you some skills and practice and peer-to-peer discussion on getting through this. That's what it's all about, is to really help. It's all based on scientific evidence. It's mostly coming from acceptance and commitment therapy, acceptance and commitment training, but compassion focused therapy put in there, and all sorts of other interesting evidence-based material. So we're at the end of this week for this lockdown show. We run from Monday to Thursday, and I thought today really kind of slow things down. We're coming to the end of the week. For some of you, it might have been really hectic. Some of you might not have been well. Some of you might know people that are not well. A lot of worries coming in, a lot of people having responses to this situation that are very difficult, right? We've got to at least acknowledge and appreciate the difficulty. So I thought, we'd have a little bit of a treat today and really slow things down towards the weekend. So the topic of today is gratitude. And sometimes gratitude, I find, is kind of thrown around a little bit, kind of new age, have gratitude and, everything will be okay. It's not exactly like that. Gratitude, which I want to discuss with you today, is really important for well-being. For instance, my drawing is not that good, so forgive me, but put in the comments, what do you see, right? I'm holding up this amazing drawing. So give me in the comments what you see there. All right, you see that? Well, what comes to mind? What are you looking at? What do you see? Okay, it's not a Rorsch psychological test. It's a very easy. You don't see butterflies or anything like that in here. Okay, so what are you looking at? Any ideas? Put it in the comments if you've got any idea what's on this paper, right? What are you looking at? Anyone? Go on, have a try. There's no wrong answer really, but have a shot at it. Put it in the comments wherever you're tuning in from. Put your name in there if you want, or be completely anonymous. Are you coming in from LinkedIn? Are you coming in from Facebook, from YouTube, from Twitter? We're on them all. Where are you coming in from? I'm holding up a piece of paper and I'm asking you, what do you observe? What do you see? Right? Anyone? So Shalva's coming in with a black marker. Wonderful. First of all, thank you, Shalva, on your courage for going forward and putting up your answer of black marker. So I really, really appreciate that. Anybody else? Anybody want to have a guess? Right, so Shalva's saying a black marker. Anyone else? Go on, have a try. If you agree with Shalva, you can just put agree with Shalva. You don't have to write out the whole sentence of what you think. So you can say agree, or you can disagree, whatever it is. Okay, so for those just joining, I'm holding up this piece of paper. What's on it? Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you the answer. Last chance to put up your brave answer if you want. Okay, so someone has put in another answer, ink. Wonderful. I love that answer. Okay, so really good. Right, so the answer is yes, of course. There is ink on this paper and there is a black marker. All right, but what we tend to miss is that all the white space around this. Okay, so that's kind of how our mind works, right? Our mind gets drawn in. Yeah, Fran is saying the black splodge. All right. So, yeah, our mind gets drawn in. Oh, and then somebody from LinkedIn is saying agreed. Wonderful. So, yeah, you got the idea, right? So there's this black splodge, black ink mark, circle, spot, whatever it is in the middle of the page. But that's because our eyes get drawn to that black spot. And that's kind of how our mind works, generally speaking, in our lives. We kind of focus in on the dark side of life. There's a good reason for that. Our mind is not just playing tricks on us. There's a really good reason for survival why our mind would do that. But what we miss is all the white stuff around, all the good stuff that happens to us. A lot of the time, we really miss out on that, or we don't even stop for a minute to realize that it's happening. Okay, so what is happening is we go through our daily lives, right, every day. And if I was to ask the general person, how's your week been? The chances are they're going to start off telling me about the black spots. Right? Just funny thing happens to our brain. We go into the black spots. Not only that, when people are experiencing their lives, they tend to kind of run over the good things and settle down and hang out for a little bit longer with the black spots, right? Even the way that we treat our children and the people around us. There's a really good chance we're going to say to our kids, no, you shouldn't be doing that. That's a bit naughty, that kind of thing. But much less do we make a big issue about the white space around it. Wow, wonderful thing you just did. That's amazing. Now, that's to our friends, to our family, to our communities, to our children, that we make a big issue about the wonderful things that happen. That is a thing we need to recognize in our brains. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about today. But first of all, as always, we're going to go into our breathing and meditation, which hopefully you really like. So we're going to be doing that in just a second. Okay, so let's start off with the breathing as we know. Breathing in, deep breath, tummy out, hold it, and breathing out for 5. For those of us new here, we're breathing in through our nose and out our mouth, pushing our tummy out as we breathe in. Breathing in as if we're smelling a beautiful rose, and breathing out as if we're blowing out a candle. So breathing in. Hold it. And breathing out. Wonderful. Breathing in. Hold it. And breathing out. Excellent. Last time, breathing in. Hold it there and breathing out. Wonderful. Just let that marinate round. If you want to put a comment, what your experiences are like with that, you're welcome to put a comment in. Okay, so now we're going to get into a little bit of our daily meditation. So what I'd like you to do is to sit comfortably, feet on the ground. If you can use bare feet on the ground, even better. If not, just put your feet flat on the ground, really push them into the ground, feel grounded. Sit in a posture, okay? Bit of a challenge. Sit in the posture that you would sit if, everything was going your way. If you were a wholesome person, if there weren't any obstacles, there's no corona in the world, okay? So sit in that chair, get into that posture, even if you have to kind of imagine what it would be like if everything in your life was wonderful. Just sit like that. Sit in that posture. Sometimes when we're really down and we're really sad and things are hard, we kind of crunch up into more of a fetal position. What I'd like you to do is to, even if you're not feeling it that right now, okay, if your life is not like that now, and that's like for a lot of us, but sit as if it was. Back reasonably straight, good, healthy posture, feet planted firmly on the ground. We know from scientific study, we know from evidence that our whole process of mood and well-being is also influenced by our posture, all right? It works both ways, but it also works according to our posture, all right? So if you want to put a object in your mouth, it gives that smile, and your brain kind of acknowledges, oh, person smiling, must be something to smile about. Gives you a good injection of some nice neurochemicals, all healthy, all legit. You don't even have to pay for them. All right, so feet on the ground, healthy posture. You can close your eyes if you wish, or you can just gaze at a point on the ground and just let that soft gaze come across. Okay, so just get in a comfortable position now. And gently close your eyes. I want you to feel safe in that position that you've put yourself in now. I want you to just concentrate on your breathing. Now, not fancy breathing or any extra breathing, just your normal breathing. Just pay attention to it. Focus on it. Consciously bring your awareness to the fact that you're breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. In your own time, notice what happens to your body as you're doing that. Your whole body is moving in a wonderful way, helping you breathe the best it can for you. Wonderful. Just let's cultivate in this space that we're making for ourselves. Let's cultivate this sense of gratitude, this sense of being thankful for what we have, for what we experience. And just that act of breathing, first of all. Let's cultivate a sense of gratitude that we can breathe. Even if your breathing at this moment is more difficult than before, you're still breathing. Just notice that. And we're talking about learning a skill, so it might not come easy. Let's just cultivate that sense of gratitude. I mean, we're breathing tens of thousands of breaths a day. Our lungs are working for us, and our nose, and our tubes, and our diaphragm. Our whole body is getting recruited into this breathing process. Just honor this absolute moment of now. You might notice that you're getting a little restless, or thoughts are coming into your head. Just notice these too. Whatever happens, whatever you experience now, the idea is just to notice it and bring your awareness back to your breathing. What we're doing here is we're learning to appreciate even these very, very subtle parts of life that sometimes, and most times, we just take for granted. So we're really slowing things down now and appreciating. And that might even bring a smile to your face. If it does, just let it happen. It certainly does for me. In amongst the chaos, we can find real peace. It's right here with us. I'd like you to bring your attention to how you start your day. How did you start today? What did you do in the first few minutes? Now I just want you to imagine waking up in the morning, opening your eyes, just like rebooting the computer. Everything starts to work. You start to move. Maybe you stretch. Open your eyes, you look around. Kind of check in with what's going on with yourself. Let's cultivate that. First thoughts of, wow, I'm back. A new day, a new opportunity. New life. Let's cultivate that sense of appreciation. This wonderful miracle of waking up again, hopefully refreshed. Bringing our awareness to our body. Wiggle our toes. Wiggle those toes right now if you wish. Wow. Yeah. The fingers, wiggle them a little bit. Feel your body. Whatever state it's in for you. Meet yourself where you're at right now. Be kind to yourself. Imagine seeing yourself in the mirror and being appreciative towards that person that you see, being kind, being gentle. No matter what experiences that you're having right now, make space to be kind to yourself, that person you see in the mirror. There you are. Cultivate an appreciation for wanting to experience this very moment. Feel that warmth inside you building up as you welcome that person in the mirror back to the day. Feel the build-up of energy inside you as you fill yourself with warmth and appreciation and thanks and gratitude for who you are at this very second, no matter what you're experiencing. Let that energy build up inside you. Fill every part of you. Take a deep breath. And imagine that oxygen going to every organ of your body, vitalizing it. Be thankful for that. Imagine carrying this wonderful energy throughout the day, being there to help you manage whatever comes. Be curious to what the day might bring. The uncertainty, the unknown of the immediate and medium and long-term future. But be curious like a little child. What will be? Become an active observer in your own life. Active in the fact that you're living it out. And an observer because you don't know what's coming up next. It might be difficult. It might be painful. It might be joyful. It might be invigorating. Be prepared to let it unfold for you. Let's just have an appreciation that everything is precious. Bring your attention now to the things in your life that are precious, the people that are precious to you. Allow your whole body to sense that feeling of people and experiences that are precious to you. It could be your history, it could be where you've come from, it could be mentors in your life, teachers, family, parents, friends, anything. What's precious to you? bring your attention to that. Allow yourself to have peace in this space. Gentleness in your heart. Make space for this. And I invite you to bring your attention back to your breath, breathing in and breathing out, letting go. Breathing in and breathing out, letting go. And when you feel comfortable, opening your eyes and coming back. Wow. So what was that like for you? Put your comments in. Always pleasure for me to get your feedback and know what benefits you're getting from this and what that experience was like for you even. I'm going to have a break now. My break time at this time every day, I go and make myself some ketones, get myself really energized for the coming few hours of the day. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with a little information about ketones and the benefits of them. And we'll have a bit of a discussion when I get back. All right, take care. See you in a few minutes.
What's the best way to optimize your benefits when consuming exogenous ketones? So the first thing, obviously, as a practitioner, as a doctor, I want all of my patients to make those necessary lifestyle changes. When you make the lifestyle changes, that will of course optimize the benefits that you're experiencing with those exogenous ketones. So changing your diet, even if not a ketogenic diet, then moving towards a lower carbohydrate diet. I find that intermittent fasting is a really great way to enhance the benefits of the exogenous ketones. We have so much research when it comes to fasting, and we now know that some of those benefits of fasting are possibly due to the production or the creation of ketone bodies while we're fasting. So in order to optimize or enhance the benefits, I pair it with the fasting. So we're really increasing the body's level or your blood level of ketone bodies. So I find that that's a really great way to enhance the benefits. I also often encourage taking supplements. We know that exogenous ketones or the ketogenic diet can act as a bit of a diuretic, so we lose some of those minerals. So I always want to replenish those minerals that we might lose, especially magnesium. Most people are magnesium deficient, so to avoid any things like headaches or constipation, changes in digestion, we really want to make sure we get that magnesium back in, we get those electrolytes back, those B vitamins, and I find that all of those things together are really helpful in supporting that transition into a keto lifestyle or if you're using exogenous ketones.
Wow. Okay. That was wonderful. I'm enjoying my ketones as I do every day, and I thoroughly recommend it. What was that experience like for you? Well, Julie comes in and said it was powerful and thought-provoking. So thank you, Julie, for taking part and for contributing that comment and feedback. It's always really, really helpful to know, what you're thinking and what your experiences were. Fran is saying, thank you, Dov. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude on a daily basis really helps my well-being. So first of all, thank you very much for that, Fran. I really appreciate the fact that you are watching this and taking part, and also that feedback. It's really, really important. What we've found in studies is that those who cultivate that sense of gratitude, those who practice different ways of cultivating gratitude. Studies show that their well-being goes up, their experience of life goes up, their optimism goes up, their relationships are improved. So basically, it's an all-round enhancer just by cultivating that wonderful gratitude. Look, ancient sages have had discussions for years whether it was worthwhile for us to be born or not. I mean, they didn't watch Netflix in those days. They had real deep philosophical discussions. Some of them came to the conclusion that it probably would have been better hadn't we have been born. And, there are times in our life where we might actually think that, oh my goodness, my life is such a chaos, wish I hadn't been born in the first place. But their conclusion was at the end, well, that may be so, but we are born. So there's nothing much we can do about it now apart from make the best of it. And, that's a great attitude to have. Right, things might have been better a different way, but this is what we've got. We have the hand that we were dealt. We have the life that we have. Now, what are we going to do? Are we going to take responsibility and try and improve that? And one of the ways to improve it is to start picking out the white space. It's to start recognizing an appreciation of the things that really are going well. And one of the ways we can do that is we can start kind of journaling that. If that might help some people that want to just write down in their diaries what went their way this week or this day, or this hour. What's going on here? And then you can look back and appreciate your week and say, wow, that's really great. Another way of doing it is just sitting down like we did in the first part and just think, I just want to thank, even if it's a mental thank you of, wonderful parents that what they did for me, or, so wonderful just seeing my children grow up, and even with all the little idiosyncrasies that we have, or, you know what? I'm thankful that I've still got a job and I'm earning money every week or every month. I'm thankful for the health that I have, whatever it is for you. I'm thankful that I've got a roof over my head, clothes on my back, water to drink, clean water, a toilet indoors. I mean, we are really, really, really spoiled here in the Western world. We're one of the richest people ever to be on the face of this earth, with luxuries that only royalty have had in the past. But we take that for granted a lot of the time. So let's kind of reverse that and kind of pick out what really is wonderful in our life. What makes it easier? My grandmother never had a washing machine. She took all the washing down to the local, wash house and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed all day and squeezed it out in these kind of rollers. Yeah. And now we just chuck it in. Just chuck it into the laundrette or chuck it into the washing machine. Let's be thankful for it at least. Just sitting down and praying or meditating over these things. We know from science, we know from studies that this will improve the quality of our life. So why not do it? I mean, this is like a giveaway, right? This is just like you want something? Just do this little thing for 5-10 minutes a day and your life will change. I mean, come on. It's a bit of a no-brainer, really, isn't it? So, Joyce is saying, just tuning in, yes, we're so blessed. And we are. There's a lot of difficulty in life, and there's a lot of chaos, and there's a lot of sadness, and there's a lot of hardship. We need to acknowledge that. It's not all coming up roses. But there's a lot of white space around the black spot. And if we're just going to concentrate on the black spot, that's all our mind will do for us. It will look out for these black spots. We'll live a bit of a life of misery. If we concentrate more on the white space, on the wonderful gratitude that we have for things that are going well, then our mind will concentrate more on the white space and will less concentrate on the black spots, so they won't disturb us too much. So I'd like to thank you, those who have joined in. Please share this out. Please tag in the comments people that you might think would benefit from this. The more this can get out to groups, the more this can be spread out, the more I can do what is important to me, which is to help as many, many people as possible with what was taught to me, with what was mentored to me, with my experiences and my education. I'm not making any of this up. I'm just passing it forward and to try and help as many people through this as possible. So what I would like to do is to thank you very, very much for joining in. I look forward to seeing you again on Monday next week. Have a great weekend and take care.
Into the fourth dimension.
Disclaimer, this show is not therapy, nor a replacement for therapy. Should you wish to inquire about therapy, counseling, life, or executive coaching, please contact Dov Benyaacov-Kurtzman at factcpfa@gmail.com. factcpfa@gmail.com. Dov Benyaacov-Kurtzman is a highly experienced psychotherapist, executive business coach, and author of the book, Mind Over Terror. 3 weeks, 2 cities, 1 mission. With over 10,000 hours of experience and academic degrees in government, law, clinical social work, and a postgraduate diploma in psychiatry with distinction, Dov has the background to help you. He's also available for public speaking and corporate training.